Hello, hello. What's up, glow getters? Just lighting my candles. Ouch. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Oh, my sisters are in the room. What's up, ladies? All right, candles are lit. What's going on, y'all? What's going down? Hellos. Did you guys get any snow today? Any snow for you guys? It snowed a little bit, but it wasn't really anything to be freaked out about. Like, it snowed for a while, but you could tell it was really slushy, mushy. And it really didn't stick. Yeah, just a bit. Nothing really crazy. Hey, Rhonda. You just got rain. Okay. Yeah, it snowed a bit here. It did snow, like it was coming down, but it was, like I said, it was very, very wet, so it didn't really stick. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Yeah, soggy snow, exactly. How's the recovery going, Rhonda? Right, yeah, you live up the street. Yeah. So what is going on, y'all? I'm sure you guys can tell, but there's like a delay, so your responses are coming through like a minute after I've asked the question. So that's why I keep pausing, because I'm like, I want to wait and get the answer. It's like a roller coaster, but moving along. Yeah. Yeah, that's normal, I guess. That's normal. You just gotta give your body a chance to do what it does, So how, other than this soggy snow situation, how's everybody's weekend? Tell me what's been going on, what you got, what you need. Hey, Rude Boy. Yeah, how's the weekend going? How's everybody feeling? How's everybody doing? How was your week? Talk to me. Tell me what's going on. It's weird sometimes doing a live because you kind of feel like you're talking to yourself a little bit while you're waiting for the comments to catch up. And I mean, let's not get it twisted. I talk to myself all the time, but that's kind of part of why I started doing lives, is so I don't have to talk to myself anymore. So Sheila! Shirley! Football. Oh, yeah. I thought I saw something about football going on. Boring as fill in the blank. What's going on? I missed something. Mine was ox. Oh, yeah. Well, you and I talked about that. Just chilling and reflecting, about to go to sleep for work and the morning. I got you, rude boy. I got you. Well, if you don't make it to the end of the live, sleep well. Sweet dreams. Then today at dinner, there was an about face and well, yeah. I got you. I got you. Sorry, someone's sending me a message. So, how's everybody feeling? Everybody good? Everybody having an okay weekend, an okay day? My day's been pretty okay. It's been pretty okay. It was just, hey, Rachel. It was just, relaxing and quiet and just doing my thing, just being me. Had a fairly late night last night. I was supposed to have birthday drinks with a friend of mine via Zoom. My birthday is on Tuesday, but we both, just after the work week, we were both tired and not really feeling it, I guess. So we decided to postpone. Thank you, rude boy. I appreciate it. We decided to postpone it and do it maybe during the week or next weekend, whenever. It's not, you get to a certain point and you're like, my birthday, yeah, it's cool, but it's not, and it's different. I'm definitely more of an in-person person. So I didn't, it's like video drinks, it's fine. And I'll take it because that's what we can do right now. But I definitely much rather hold off on the celebrations until such a time that we can all just be together, That's what I would love. But maybe my next birthday will be at that point. All right, who's ready for some messages? We got some good stuff this week. Good stuff. So I will, as usual, hold up the stacks one by one. If you haven't picked yours, go ahead and pick it. Or feel free to go back to my earlier post where I posted the picture and, or not, just listen to the messages, and see what resonates, see what fits, and ignore the rest. Remember that these messages, in the spirit world, time doesn't mean anything. Time is fluid. So sometimes we'll receive a message, this week, but it'll only really make sense in a couple weeks down the line. And that's okay too. So stick around, hear us out, me and spirit, and, good luck. All right. So stack number 1 is the black stone. Kind of hold it up. The black stone. And that was the stack on the left. I almost dropped the stone. Then we have stack number 2, which is the orange stone. And that was the center stack. And finally, stack number 3, which is the stack on the right, that is the purple stone, the amethyst. Okay, so let's get into these messages real quick. So stack number 1, again, that was the black stone. And we have Dreamweaver. We have the Goddess of Cups. And we have Benzai 10, the Goddess Benzai 10. So, which order do you want me to read these in? Okay, they're making me stare at Dreamweaver. So, Dreamweaver. As soon as I saw this card, I kind of got the sense that some of us need to start paying more attention to our dreams. Because that's where a lot of us receive messages. And, you know, we have a dream. Maybe it's something that it's like a memory. So it's somewhere we've been and people we've been with, consciously. Sometimes it's random places that don't seem to fit anywhere in our everyday lives, and people that we've never met before. I read something, and it's kind of funny because I was thinking about this morning before I'd even looked at the cards. I was thinking about something that I read, that the human mind can't make up faces. So when you dream about somebody that you've never actually met, it's probably that you've never met them in this lifetime. You've met them either in the spirit world or you've met them in a previous life. And your soul, your spirit is recalling that encounter. Sometimes it's about astral travel, which I don't know if a lot of you know what that is, but it's literally when your soul can jump from this dimension to other worlds and other realms. So when we dream about people that we've never actually met before, never seen before, I mean, you know, we can dream about celebrities, but we've seen them. So our mind isn't making those faces up. They have a point of reference. But when we dream about people that we've never actually met, never actually seen, that could be an indication that we are doing some travel while we're sleeping, or we're just recalling previous life experiences. And this is what this card really made me feel when I looked at it earlier, is just that some of us need to start paying a little bit more attention to our dreams, because there's messages there from the universe for us. And the important thing, though, is that we don't take them too literally. Spirit loves to communicate with us in symbols, in signs. And, you know, a feather on the floor doesn't mean there's a dead bird somewhere. A feather on the floor is a gift. You know, finding a feather or finding a dime. You know, it might not be just, hey, the universe is throwing money at you. It might be that you need to start paying attention to all of the blessings in your life, in your lives, whatever. You know, so they don't always speak literally like you and I would talk. So especially in dreams, there is a lot of room for interpretation. And again, it's one of those things. I might have a dream tonight and it will make absolutely no sense for months. And then all of a sudden, poof, it makes a whole lot of sense. That's actually just happened with a dream that I had in the beginning of the week. And something in my life happened last night. And the dream that I had a week ago made a little bit more sense because that thing happened. So we have to be very careful that we're not taking it literally when we dream these weird, crazy dreams or things that don't seem to make a whole lot of sense. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to you right now. But the message is definitely that we need to pay attention to our dreams, and try to decipher what the messages are, what the lesson is there, and where we need to apply it in this life, in this experience. So, yeah, really interesting one. Then we have Benzai Ten, and she is the Japanese goddess of beauty. And just, you know, reading about her and sort of channeling what this message is in this stack, it was about being true to ourselves. And that's the other thing, is that our dreams can kind of be, you know, I literally just heard, is it Cinderella? Who sings that song about a dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. And that's what I felt here. That some of us are dreaming about the life that we want to create for ourselves. Some of us are dreaming about who we want to be. And it might be, it's weird because I feel like it's the feeling that I'm getting is that this is where our true selves is coming out. This is where our true desires of the life that we want and the people that we want to become, the person we want to become. Our dreams are where we're not afraid to let that out. So this is why this is coming out with the Dreamweaver card, because it's time for us to bring our inner beauty, because remember, she is the Japanese goddess of beauty. It's time to bring our true selves, that person who we want to be, or that person who we are, but for whatever reason, in our woken moments, in our awake moments, we hide that. And so the message is to bring that out, to live that when we're awake. Don't just be that in our dreams. Be it, live it now when your eyes are open. And then finally we have for this stack, the Goddess of Cups, the Queen of Cups. And this is just, you know, I guess to back up what I just said, this is the card about reminding us to lead with our hearts, not so much with our minds all the time. And again, a dream is a wish your heart makes, right? We need to bring those emotional desires, those emotional dreams, those emotional ambitions, we need to bring them out into our lives when we're not sleeping, when we're wide awake. We need to live more in our emotions and not be so concerned about hiding that. Because look at her, she's out there, you know, I mean, she's basically built herself a pedestal out of rocks, what looks like out in the middle of the water. I mean, it's pretty hard to miss something like that. And holding her cup like she has no care in the world. And that's the kind of vibe that we need to bring when we're talking about being ourselves and our true authentic selves, is to just live it out loud. Live it out loud. So really, really beautiful and powerful message, I think. Pay more attention to our dreams. Bring out that inner beauty that we hide and only show to the people that we encounter in our dreams. Bring that out into real life. Bring that out into our daily lives. Because that person is pretty great. That person is pretty beautiful. Really good message. I really like that. I really like that. Okay. Who's still with me? We have stack number 2, which is the orange stone. Looks a little bit like a piece of caramel in the camera. Anyway. All right. Okay. So we have Teresa Collins. She is the actual creator of this deck that I'm using. She's also my healer. So of course she'd put her own card in there. But there is a message here and I really like it. So we've got Teresa, we've got the Ace of Cups, great card, and we've got Saraswati. And they led me to read Teresa's card first. This card is actually about reaching out and asking for help. Some of us are determined, bound and determined, it seems, to do it on our own. And it's just not necessary, is really what the message is. It is not necessary. Reach out to the people that can help you achieve what you need to achieve. Can they do the work for you? No. But sometimes they can lighten the load a little bit. They can help you carry it for a short distance. And this card really, for me, it was really talking about, really highlighting that it's okay to ask for help on the sort of spiritual level. So, you know, a lot of people are still scared by what I do. They don't understand it. And they have their own beliefs, and I'm not here to knock anybody's beliefs, but sometimes, right, giving something a try just to see, maybe it's not for you, and that's fine. But don't not do it just because you don't know it or understand it. Try it. I mean, as long as it doesn't do any harm, right? It's like no harm, no foul kind of is what I just heard. you know, reading tarot cards and all that, that's great. That's great. And it gives you guys some messages, but there's so much more that can be done to help physical situations and provide some relief. You know, just general like emotional well-being, even in some ways mental well-being, mental health, you know. Am I a doctor? Can I cure all that stuff? No, of course not. But perhaps we can deal with some of the other things that can contribute to the pain and the suffering caused by these very physical, very medical situations. We can kind of help with the outer ring of that stuff. And it becomes not as hard of a situation to go through. So this card is really about asking for help in whatever way you can get help. You know, I'm obviously a resource, but friends, family, you know, maybe you're not comfortable with me. Maybe you want to go with someone else and get some spiritual and energy healing. Whatever it takes, whatever it takes. I don't know if you guys feel it, but we've been fighting a battle. You know, a battle of light versus dark, a battle of, I mean, some would say good versus evil. I don't know if I would go that far. Because I don't believe all dark is evil. And it's certainly necessary. I think it was, who was it? Was it Carl Jung? One of the philosophers said, you know, you can't have light without dark. You can't have up without down. So I don't believe that all dark is evil, but it definitely can create a battle with light for power. It's a power struggle, right? So I definitely feel, and I don't know if you guys feel it, but I've definitely felt like there has been a battle, and a lot of light workers and spiritual healers and stuff have felt that there was a battle going on, and we're still fighting it. It's not over. It's shifted for sure, but it's not over. And there's this call to action, you know, to help people get through this in whatever way necessary. So if you have access to it, I mean, you obviously do because you're watching this video, whether it's live or on the replay, but you've already got access to help. And you should take advantage of it. You should use it for sure. Okay. Then we have, Sarah, what's her name? Saraswati. And she is the Hindu goddess of the arts and of knowledge. So, and she's also about mastery, like being a well-rounded individual. And there again, spirit doesn't, you know, they don't mess this up. I can't make this up, right? But when I was talking before about reaching out and asking for help and this battle that's being fought, we've got to come at it with everything in our arsenal. So we've got to look for skills that we don't currently have to come out victorious. And we've got to immerse ourselves in learning through experience. Someone can tell you, oh my gosh, it feels so good to be able to salsa dance. You know, it gives me such joy and such pleasure. But until you do it and try it yourself, you don't actually know that. You don't know if it's going to do the same thing for you. You're not going to go out and enter a salsa dancing contest without trying it. But should you not go out and enter a salsa dancing class just because you haven't tried it? So how about try it? Maybe it'll bring you the same joy. You know, singing. People are so weird about singing. You know, I can't sing. I don't sing. I would never sing in front of anybody. Well, who cares? Don't sing in front of anybody. Sing in front of yourself. Maybe just sound out of your mouth will make you feel good. Will raise your vibration and pump up your energy, your spiritual energy, not your physical, so to speak, energy. There is a difference. But we'll pump that up to where, you know, you just can't, nothing can make you feel bad. You know what I'm saying? But trying these things, just because you've never tried it, it doesn't mean it's not going to work. But that's what that mastery is. Like this, we have one time in this lifetime to experience all that we can. So let's not waste it. Let's not waste the opportunity to learn things and to, oh, that scared me. I've got an incense burning behind me and the smoke literally just came up over my head. Woo, okay. Where was I? Yeah, just, the arts, picking a topic and doing some research about it, just learning, just knowledge, gathering knowledge. I mean, that's what this lifetime is about. That's why it's so, it's so true when they say it's a gift, because we have the opportunity to learn all these things, to try all these things, and this goddess here, this mastery, I mean, one might interpret this word mastery as you need to master, the art of singing, or master the art of playing an instrument, or master the art of learning, or whatever it is. I don't think that. I think it's mastery over your life experience. And the only way to be a master is to have experience with all these different things. Try it once. Try it once and see what happens. If it's not your thing, it's not your bag, well then move on to the next. But don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to experience something new, something that could bring you so much fulfillment, so much joy, so much happiness that you don't know why you waited so long to try it. And I feel like it goes with this message here about asking for help, because maybe you don't know where to take a pottery class, but maybe somebody that you work with does. Maybe it's something they do to as an outlet for their stress, and you've never even considered it. Maybe you have a coworker that is into ballroom dancing and can tell you where to go, where's a good place to go for a beginner. Maybe they'll go with you and be your partner. You don't know until you ask, right? And then mastering the art of living is what I just heard. Master the art of living. And what is the art of living? It's experiencing absolutely everything. It's walking away. It's just like getting a tarot card reading. You take a general one, you take what resonates, you leave the rest for somebody else. It's the same thing with life. That's what we need to go through life. How we need to go through life. Experience it. Take what resonated, take what stuck, ditch the rest. Drop it like it's hot and keep it moving. And then finally, the Ace of Cups for this stack. And I feel like this is about a new emotional beginning that is coming if we can get these two things right. Get a little mastery, ask for help, and a new emotional experience, a new emotional journey will begin for us. And it will be fulfilling. I mean, look at this. Everybody's familiar with that saying, my cup runneth over. This cup is hella runneth over. And it's nothing but good. Nothing but good. Look, you got the lotus in the cup. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's quite small, but there's the lotus in the cup. Lotus is about abundance. So whatever this new beginning is that's coming, it's going to be very abundant for you. It's going to bear fruit, so to speak. You know what I mean? And maybe it's just about giving you that mastery experience, that mastery of experience. Maybe it's an abundance of help once you start talking to people about your people, or about what it is you're trying to do. Maybe all of a sudden you got all these people with all these great ideas. Maybe you end up with a partner out of it, not a romantic necessarily partner, but like an experienced partner. Somebody who is on a very similar quest. So you bounce ideas off of each other. You become each other's, wingman or date or whatever it is for these experiences. And so begins a new emotional journey of fulfillment, over fulfillment. So the message for this stack is really about start living your life out loud, is what I just heard. Like, just start living your life out loud. Stop being sheltered. Stop being afraid to experience things. Some of us, I feel like, are holding on to responsibility or the idea of what responsibility looks like. Or we've taken it to an extreme where it's like responsibility means I don't have any fun. And that's really the vibe and the energy of this message, is that it's time to have some fun, but with a purpose. Have some fun, but with intention. You know, don't do something just because it sounds good. Do something because you think you might find fulfillment by doing it. And you'll see the type of people that you end up being surrounded with are on a similar path or on a similar journey and have similar interests. And all of a sudden now you're living this fulfilled life of fun and happiness, and you're still being responsible. You know, I'm not saying stop paying your mortgage and all that. Quit your job and just go on an adventure tour. No, but just trying these little things just to find, because I think that's something that we've lost in this last year, is our outlets. So many things have been closed down and stopped because of what's going on in the world. And so we've lost that outlet for creativity, that outlet for emotional and spiritual freedom. And we're not sure how to get it back. And I think this is how we do that. This is how we do that. We start asking the people around us, and we start thinking outside the box. Is really how this made me feel. Think outside the box, like things that you would normally find enjoyable to do. But now, what else? What else is there? So that is stack number 2. And the last one for this week is stack number 3, which is the stack on the right, the purple stone. And, oh yeah. Okay, so we have third eye chakra. We have Demeter, the nurturer. And we have the God or the King of Pentacles in reverse. And this guy just loves coming out on these general weekly readings. He's come out several times. This might be one of the first, either the first or the second time he's come out in reverse. So we're going to see what that means. So right off the bat, third eye, just, I mean, it's obviously a very bold and beautiful card, but, it screamed at me literally when I looked at the stack earlier. And I feel like it's one of two things. I think that for some of us, it's a blockage. We need to open that up. The third eye allows us to kind of see beyond the veil of this lifetime, of this realm and the next. And now, not everybody is on a spiritual journey, obviously. So it's not about being able to, you know, do what I'm doing or whatever. But I think the third eye too is just about tapping into your intuition. I mean, we all have a spirit team. We all have guides that work with us. We all have access to the universe in the same way. Some of us just take it a little bit further. And that's our purpose. Some of us don't have that purpose, and that's fine too. But unblocking the third eye, or activating, which was the other message I got from this card. I kind of saw both and heard both: blockage and activation, blockage and activation. And so, and they're two very different things. You know, you can have a third eye that's activated, it's just blocked. And then you can have a third eye that hasn't even opened yet, and it's, you know, it needs to be activated. It needs to be opened. So either way, I feel like this card and the message of this card is about reestablishing or establishing for the first time that link between us and our spirit team, so that they can give us, remember in the first stack, I was talking about how spirit communicates with us, and they don't always do it literally. They do it in symbols and signs that we have to interpret or we have to experience before it makes any sense. And this is a piece of that puzzle. So I think, you know, because this happened on either end of this weekly message, I think all of us could stand to do a little bit of work to unblock, to open, to activate for our own greater good. Being able to establish that communication and that connection with our own spirit team to get through this next week, to get through what's coming for us in the following weeks, this year, like whatever it is, right? We need to open up and activate and allow them access so that they can communicate better with us. Then we have Demeter, which is the Greek goddess, of grain, of the harvest, and of motherhood. And when you think about it, they're all kind of the same, right? Grain is a seed that gets planted, and it has to be tended, and then it has to be harvested. Kind of the same with motherhood, right? It starts with a seed that gets planted. We have to nurture and care for it, and then it gets harvested, and you're a mother. So it makes sense to me that they all go together. The focus of this card is about being the nurturer, being nurturing. And especially when it comes to overgiving. So we can be nurturers and we can be very giving of ourselves, and then we can overgive where we're not. Remember in the other stack, I talked about my cup runneth over. Well, what we need to remember is that the runoff, the extra, what doesn't fit in the cup, that's what we give away. But our cup should always be full. And that's what this, the message for this goddess this week was really speaking to me about was, don't overgive. Don't give so much that we don't have enough for ourselves. So in essence, we're talking about self-care. And I talk about self-care all the time because I absolutely believe in it. I certainly have, on my journey through this spiritual practice, I have learned what self-care really means. And I have seen the difference that it makes when I participate, when I practice self-care. So this goddess is really coming out to remind us that that is what needs to happen. And you know, these are female sort of themed cards or whatever. And I know there are some males in the room. It's not about male or female. It's about the energy. It's about the message. So this message is really about taking care of ourselves and making sure that we aren't giving too much out that we don't call back. One lesson that I learned, and I was stunned when I started doing it at the difference it made, was at the end of the day or at the end of the week or whenever you are doing that, that practice, whenever you're practicing that act or that ritual of self-care, one of the things you have to remember to do is to recall the energy that you've put out in the world, put out to your friends and family, put into your job, put into even into your hobbies. You have to remember to recall it. Because if you don't, you've now left gaping holes in your own energy where you're no longer complete. And the only way to reach your highest and greatest good is to make sure that you are complete, that all of your energy has come back to you. Because the absence of your energy will prevent you from reaching that level. And this is this is like the ultimate step in self-care, caring enough about yourself to call yourself back to self. Yeah, there's not really much else they want me to say about that. Just remember to take the time to practice self-care. Be nurturing to everybody else. This is not about, all of a sudden you're selfish and you don't give of yourself. No. That's not what it is. But it's remembering that you can't give it all away out there and then leave nothing in here. That cup needs to stay full. And what is yours to give is everything that doesn't fit in the cup. When it overflows, that's what you give away. But that cup never, ever, ever empties. And then finally, the God or King of Pentacles, he's in reverse, which it indicates an unhealthy relationship with wealth and money specifically. And I keep hearing lacking. And what that really means is that we're operating from the energy of lacking. So, when we get a little bit more on our paychecks than we thought we would, what do we do with that? We spend it, maybe. Most of us spend it. At some point, we spend it, right? When we work really, really hard and that work pays off, we reward ourselves, and we, as we should. But we have to remember as well that sometimes goes a little bit overboard in that, oh, I don't know if I'll ever get this again, this kind of money, this kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna spend and buy what I want to buy. That's that energy of lacking, not believing that what we've been blessed with, we will continue to be blessed with, as long as we keep that energy, as long as we keep that vibration about money. And we've talked about this before. The vibration about money, we keep it high and keep it in a sort of continuous energy. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but like I keep seeing like a waterfall, like that, the waterfall never turns off. It's not like a tap that somebody comes in and goes bloop and shuts it off. No, the waterfall keeps flowing. And that's the energy, that's the vibe that we have to carry around wealth and money, is that it'll keep coming, but we have to respect it. We have to respect it. We can't come at it with, oh, I might not ever get this again, so I gotta spend it. I gotta, spending frivolously. Like, I really feel like this is about frivolity. Is that a word? I don't know. That's the word I heard, so I'm using it. And giving it all away. It's kind of, this is, okay, I was looking for what is the connection here. It's the connection to this nurturing. So we're giving it, when we see a financial windfall of any kind, we tend to give it away, whether it be overspending, whether it be, paying all of our bills off. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be paying your bills, but maybe we're overpaying. So like in 6 months, if I'm having a problem, if I'm not, if I'm not employed, well, at least I'm 6 months ahead on my bills. Okay. That's not a terrible plan, but maybe instead of actually putting it on the bill, how about put it in an account and just save it for a minute? So that in 6 months, if something does happen, that money is available for you to use for other things. Like if you're putting it on your cell phone bill to make sure your cell phone bill is paid for the next 6 months, but in 3 months you lose your job and now it's harder and harder to put food on the table. That 6 months worth of cell phone bill that you've paid is now useless to you. Because what good is a cell phone if you can't feed your family? Do you see what I'm saying? So we have to be aware of not giving it all away when we have it. Put some of it aside. Hold on to some of it. Even when it makes sense what you're doing, like paying 6 months of your bills out, but don't actually pay them. Just have it there just in case, because maybe something else will happen that you don't need that. But also, it's that energy of, I might not be able to pay this bill in 6 months because I don't trust that Spirit's going to provide for me, so I'm going to do it now. So Spirit says, well, okay, you didn't trust that we were going to have your back 6 months from now, so now we're not going to have your back, right? I posted something on the page earlier today about, or maybe it was yesterday, about mindfulness, minding our thoughts, minding our words, minding our deeds. This is the kind of thing that I'm talking about. It's not just not It's not just being mindful that we're not being negative. It's being mindful that we're not giving, and this was the message, not giving the universe a reason to say no to anything. 6 months from now, I might be asking the universe for something specific, and they say, well, you could have already had that, but you went and paid 6 months of your cell phone bill because you didn't trust that we would still be here on this ride with you, providing for you. So yeah, now you're gonna have to work for it. You see what I'm saying? Like mindfulness in that we have to always keep our, and again, this is probably why this third eye is coming out, because it's the communication, it's the symbolism, it's the signs and messages from spirit when we have an open and activated third eye, that we can see all this and we can operate in a place of trust, in a place of abundance. You know, I don't need anything because I already have it all. Spirit already has it. And when it's time for me to hold it, they'll let me hold it. But until then, I'm still taken care of. I'm not thinking, you know, I got to pay this cell phone bill 6 months in advance because I happen to have the money to do it right now. I'm enjoying the fact that I have this money and I'm holding it right now. So I'm going to continue to hold it so that spirit continues to give me the money to hold. And I mean, this is very specifically about money, you guys, but I'm also like, it's like they're saying it's not just about money. Abundance is not just about money. It's about love, right? Nurturing, not giving all of ourselves away, not over giving our energy, which was also in the second stack, you know. So we just have to be conscious and mindful of the energy that we put into not trusting that spirit will provide for us. That's really what the message is to not overgive, not overspend, not over indulge, and make sure that we trust that by not overindulging, we will be able to indulge. You know what I mean? Like it's like a weird reverse psychology thing. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what they're making me feel like, you know, just not overindulging so that I can continue to indulge. It's the easiest way I can really describe it. I don't know if it's making any sense, but that is the message for stack number 3, the purple stone. Don't overgive. Be giving, but don't overgive. All right, what's happening here? I saw some people pop in. Sorry if I didn't say hello to you when you popped in. Some people don't like that, so please don't take it personally. Oh, it's okay, Martins. I don't know if you're still here, but it's all right. It's all good. Frivolity. Okay, thanks, Rachel. Thank you. I heard it and I wasn't sure. I felt like I'd heard it before somewhere, but you know, I don't know. I hear all kinds of things and I don't know if it's real, so. Rainy day, exactly, rainy day fund, you know? But not even a rainy day fund, but just like take a moment to appreciate the blessing for what it is, you know? I mean, again, I have this thing, whether it be money or, you know, a luxury food item or an article of clothing, like, I don't know, whatever it is, right? Just take a moment to appreciate that you have it in the first place. Like it doesn't have to be spent just because you have it. That's the blessing, is that you have it. You are now the owner of this thing. Just be happy with that and trust that you will be the owner of many more of this thing or things like it, because Spirit's got you. The universe has your back. And because you're showing the respect for it and the reverence for it by holding it instead of giving it away, instead of spending it frivolously, and not appreciating the fact that they cared enough about you, or that you've worked hard enough to actually have earned it. That's what they want us to see. So, yeah. So that is the message. Those are the messages for the week. Oh, I'm getting dry throat again. I hope that resonated with you guys. Hey, Kirsty. Excuse me. I find that happens when I close the windows and I have the heater on. It gets like the air gets really dry. And for anybody who's about to ask, this is water. I do not imbibe when I'm receiving and giving messages from the universe. I make no promises about after, but definitely not before or during. But yeah, you guys, those are the messages for this week. I'm going to try and keep it short. Because I know we're all busy. We've all got things to do. All getting ready for the week ahead, which I hope is wonderful for you guys. I hope that you receive many blessings. I hope that you all stay high vibe, high vibrational, high energy. Yeah. So I will leave it there. As always, I so appreciate you guys being here with me, showing up every week. I really, really and truly appreciate it. Please feel free to invite friends and family to join us on Sundays. We're here every Sunday, 7:30 Eastern time. Where am I? Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, have a boo through my services page. I've got lots of availability for the next couple of weeks. So, take advantage, listen to what Spirit said about asking for help and powering up for this energy battle that we're going through. If you know someone who you think could benefit from the services that I offer, please feel free to reach out privately through the page, or you can reach me at my personal page, Ramona Oliver. Yeah. I think that's it. So, as always, thank you again for being here. I wish you guys nothing but a fantastic, beautiful, peaceful, and abundant week. Thank you, Rachel. You too. Until we meet again, please be well. I love you guys. Bye.